Before we dive into the latest rumblings that could significantly shake up the AFC South and impact the future of this franchise, do me a massive favor and hit that like button on this video right now. It really helps the channel grow and reach more fans like you. And I want to hear from you directly. Drop your name and your city in the comments below. I want to see exactly where this passionate Houston Texans fan base is tuning in from today, whether you are repping H-Town locally or supporting from across the globe. Now, let's get right into the thick of it. I have been tracking some significant noise coming out of league circles, and the chatter regarding the Houston Texans coaching staff is reaching a fever pitch as we approach the end of the regular season. We know that when a team executes a turnaround as dramatic as the one we have witnessed in Houston, rebounding from a brutal 0-3 start to positioning themselves for a 10th win here in Week 16, other teams take notice. Success in the NFL is a double-edged sword. You want to win, but winning makes your coaching staff a prime target for poaching. My sources are indicating that the primary name to watch this upcoming hiring cycle is none other than Texans defensive coordinator Matt Burke, and the team showing the most aggressive interest might be the one you want to hear about the least. I'm told that the Tennessee Titans, the Texans' bitter AFC South rival, are preparing to make a serious run at Burke to fill their head coaching vacancy. This isn't just a rumor. This is a strategic maneuver that is expected to unfold rapidly once the regular season concludes. The Athletic's Deanna Rossini has listed Burke among the top tier of peers expected to draw legitimate interest, and Tennessee is circling. Think about the implications of this for a moment. We're talking about a division rival, a team you play twice a year every single year, potentially handing the keys to the franchise to the man who knows your defense inside and out. It is a nightmare scenario for any organization to lose intellectual property to a direct competitor, but that is exactly the situation DeMeco Ryans in the front office might be staring down in 2026. The Titans have already parted ways with their previous leadership and are looking to reset their culture, and they are looking at what has happened in Houston as the blueprint. They see a defensive-minded culture that completely revitalized a franchise, and they want to replicate that in Nashville. The connection makes almost too much sense for Tennessee. They are likely going to be in a position to draft a top-tier quarterback, potentially Cam Ward with the #1 overall pick in the 2025 draft. The vision in Tennessee would be to pair a defensive-minded head coach, Matt Burke, with a young, electric quarterback, essentially trying to carbon copy the exact formula that DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud have executed to perfection here in Houston. It is a copycat league, and right now, everyone wants to be the Texans. But for Matt Burke, this opportunity is the culmination of a long road. He arrived in Houston with a resume that was already solid, having served as the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins from 2017 through 2018, and he has been grinding in the coaching ranks since 1998. But it is his work here, specifically this season, that has elevated his stock to a new level. Despite the slow start to the year, Burke's unit has tightened up, creating pressure and forcing turnovers that have been instrumental in this 10-win push. When you look at the development of a superstar like Will Anderson Jr., you see Burke's fingerprints all over that success. Anderson has become a wrecking ball, a player who alters game plans simply by walking onto the field, and league executives attribute a significant portion of that discipline and scheme fit to Burke's coaching. That is what teams are buying when they hire a head coach. They are buying the ability to maximize elite talent. However, the interview process for Burke, especially with a team like the Titans, is going to hinge on one massive question: who runs the offense? As is standard for defensive-minded head coaching candidates in the modern NFL, the first, second, and third questions Burke will face will revolve around his plan for the offensive coordinator position. If he goes to Tennessee to work with a rookie quarterback like Cam Ward, the most critical hire he makes will be the OC. This is the same scrutiny DeMeco Ryans faced when he came over from the San Francisco 49ers. Ryans, coming from the Kyle Shanahan tree, had a clear vision, and we have seen the results. Burke will need to present a similar convincing plan to get the job. It is worth noting that Burke's path is slightly different than Ryans. Ryans was the hottest name in the cycle after leading the 49ers to back-to-back NFC Championship appearances. Burke is building a different kind of resume, one defined by resilience and in-season adjustments. The fact that this Texans defense looked lost in the first 3 weeks and is now closing out games in December is a testament to coaching, not just talent. That ability to fix problems on the fly is arguably the most valuable trait for a head coach, and that is why his name is surfacing now. Furthermore, it is not just the Titans. While Tennessee and the New York Giants are currently the only teams with official vacancies, we all know how Black Monday works. There are 11 other teams already eliminated from postseason contention, and many of them will be evaluating their leadership. Burke figures to be on the shortlist for several of these franchises, but the Tennessee link is the one that should concern Texans fans the most. Facing a Matt Burke-led Titans team twice a year creates a strategic disadvantage. He knows the cadence, he knows the checks, he knows the weaknesses of every player on this roster because he helped develop them.
It adds a layer of psychological warfare to the division that DeMeco Ryans would prefer to avoid. Speaking of Ryans, he will have a contingency plan. The hallmark of a great head coach is the ability to develop staff, much like players. If Burke leaves, Ryans will likely look internally or tap into his extensive network from his playing and coaching days to find a replacement who can keep this defense performing at an elite level. But losing continuity, especially when you are in the middle of a championship window, is never ideal. The chemistry between a head coach and his defensive coordinator is vital, and Ryans and Burke clearly have a rhythm that works. Disrupting that, especially after a season where they had to dig themselves out of an 0-3 hole, poses a significant challenge for the 2026 campaign. For now, the focus inside the building is strictly on the task at hand. The Texans are looking to secure that 10th win and make deep noise in the playoffs. Matt Burke is a professional, and I fully expect him to be locked in on the game plan for this week in the postseason run. But make no mistake, his agent is likely fielding calls, and the front office is likely preparing for the reality that they might have a massive hole to fill on the defensive staff once the season ends. It is the price of success. When you win, people want what you have. The Texans have built a culture that is the envy of the league, and now the vultures are circling. It will be fascinating to see if Burke jumps at the chance to lead a rival, or if he decides to run it back one more time with this loaded roster. Ultimately, this is a storyline that will dominate the offseason, but for right now, it is just another distraction that this disciplined team needs to block out as they chase a Lombardi trophy. I will be keeping a very close eye on how the Titans proceed with their requests in the coming weeks, and will update you the moment anything becomes official. But for now, the reality is clear. The Houston Texans are winning, and because of that, the AFC South is coming for their coaches.